Hello, hello, hello. It's Donna Reiners, and I had some things drop into my heart. One is someone here is dealing with feeling like they're less than because they don't have a buddy or they don't have a friend to walk out life with, either in their business or their private world or all their problems. Two is learning how to be your own best friend. Really learning to have value for yourself and think of yourself highly even when things are not going well. And the other one is moving yourself from self-hatred to self-love. These are things that most women deal with. I don't know why women, maybe men do too, I don't know. But I know most women deal with this at some point in time in their life. At some point in time. The self-esteem thing. The value thing. The do I have value at all because I'm lonely thing or whatever. And I'm just here to be the voice of strength to you and tell you that heck yes, you are valuable. Yes, you have value. And listen, one thing I know that I've learned, that in the past, when I have not been valued, it is because most of the time, I didn't value myself in that situation. Now that is a hard pill to swallow. It's difficult to think through those things because you want to shift blame to someone else. You want it to be someone else's problem. You want it to be because they didn't this or they didn't that, or etc. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to our own heart, our own heart's response, and our own heart's condition. Learning how to see your life with value, even if you don't feel like you're valued, is something that you can do, because as you become aware that you don't value you, you will begin to see where you don't value you. And you can start valuing yourself in those areas. You can start with intention, looking at any mistakes you make, looking at any of the circumstances that come and go that are complicated or complex or weird or whatever. And you can still find value in that. You can find lessons learned. And you can see the goodness inside it. When you can walk away from it with that, then you win. What do you win? You win the peace to know that, hey, yes, you value yourself. There are many people that are out there running the roads, loving on people, but they don't love themselves. You know they don't love themselves because they're in a pity party most of the time. That pity party is because they feel like they're failing, or they feel so alone that they need someone to commiserate with them or be in agreement with them for whatever's going on with their life. This self-hatred thing is huge with women. Huge. Those patterns in our mind that we have allowed to program us and to cause us to become those negative things, you're the only one who can make a change. And sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes months, and sometimes it does happen fast. Usually it takes more than a minute to make a change. My heart has just been thinking about women and how we don't take the time really to say hello to ourselves. We blame it. We blame it on our circumstances. But it's really because we're choosing. We're choosing. Hey, Jill. It's because we're choosing. And if we can decide ahead of time to choose value for ourselves, if we can decide ahead of time when we get creamed or we get messed up or we lose it or someone else loses it, on whatever, if we can decide ahead of time that when that moment comes, because you know it's coming, if you can decide ahead of time, hey, I'm ahead of the curve. I am choosing to love me, and I am choosing to be all right in that circumstance, whatever's going to come. So when it comes, when that storm comes, you can stand still and you can look around. You can become aware of everything happening, and yet you can maintain your peace, because we cannot shift our peace to someone else. We cannot say that XYZ caused me to lose my peace, or such and which made me mad, or what have you, because at the end of the day, we have our own issues on the inside of us. And what you want to awaken is the goodness. You want to awaken the value. When you see the opposite, when you see where you don't value you, that's a wake-up call. When you see that you're sabotaging yourself, that's a wake-up call. At no time can we say, this person over here sabotaged me, or that person over there sabotaged me, because that's not how it works when we're grown-ups. And it's honestly not how it works when we're kids either. We attract what we are awakening inside of ourselves. So I encourage you to awaken your peace, awaken your own value for you, awaken. This does not mean that you run over somebody else. This doesn't mean, well, I'm better than you and I'm good and you're not and I got to get away from you because you are toxic or whatever. That's a bunch of BS in my opinion. What I'm saying is, when you can really grab a hold of you and love you and hold you and hug you and believe in you and stand with you and be your own advocate, and if someone's not your advocate, you're still your advocate, and if somebody's not loving you, you're still loving you, and if somebody's not standing with you, you're still standing strong. If you are not allowing yourself to crater because you have alone time, you'll make it when the storms come and go. Does that mean we are supposed to just be alone? Of course not. But there are seasons where I can barely handle being with me. I don't know about you. What about you? Can you handle being with more than you sometimes? You know, sometimes I can barely handle just being with me. It's like me, myself, and I. There's already 3 of us, you see. And then there are times when the you, yourself, and you are welcomed. But in that place where I'm me, myself, and I have had to learn to like me. I have had to learn to really, truly love me. Because, listen, ladies, does it not get ugly behind the scenes? You know, when we wake up and get out of bed, we don't look like this. Oh, hey, no. We are like, I need the lipstick and I need the makeup personally. That's just me. And so my value, I have to know my value without the external validation and without the people that I want to validate me, the people that I want to run with me, the people that I wish would run with me, but have chosen not to. You know, I've had to look at that, and you know what I've come to? Listen to this. I have really, look, I analyze these things. I look at these things. These are not flippant things to me. I'm not flippant with our emotions. I'm not flippant with our life circumstances. I'm not flippant with the storms. I'm not flippant with the crap. I'm really not. But I have really come to realize that those times when I wish things were different, that when I really truly ride the wave out, even if it's a few years down the road, I'm thankful that it wasn't different. I'm thankful that XYZ was removed from my life. I'm thankful that ABC decided, sayonara, don't want to talk to you no more. And you know, this is the other thing. I have found this was very difficult for me. When I began to really grow, stand, believe, trust, be vocal, and not just be sure whatever you want. When I began to step into those shoes and try them out, people didn't like it. This is quite some time ago. People did not like it. And over a couple of year time frame, I remember, do you know those people that did not like it have disappeared from my life? At the time, I was very hurt deep inside. I'm like, wait, I've known you for XY 30 years. But now, say with me, but now, I can look and go, wow, am I thankful that I took this direction, because that ride would have remained the same and I would have ended up back in the same place. But because I chose to grow, because I decided to move forward with or without, because me, myself, and I said, that's it. The gig's up, sister friend. We are moving on. We're moving forward. We're growing. We're loving. We're living. And we're learning, because I decided to love myself. Most of the folks that were with me are no longer with me. Now, does that mean that they don't love themselves? I don't know. It's not my business. Does it mean that they did something wrong to me? Not necessarily. And that's where I really decided, wow, maybe there is a God who protects us. Maybe our frequency protects us. Maybe that voice inside protects us. And we forget that we have a protector on the inside of us. We forget that we have an advocate inside of us. We forget that we have somebody who says, yes, I am with you. Me, myself, and I know I'm with me. But I believe there's another force within me helping me walk out this life, living and learning how to love myself in the midst of all the stuff that comes our way. And y'all know social media is not our real life. Come on. All those cute pictures that we all put out there. You know why? Because it's nobody's business what the real crap is. That is nobody's business. That is our business. That is usually private business. So that's right, Marcy. Oh my gosh. Some people don't like the healed version of ourselves. Oh my goodness. That is it. You said it. You said it. You said it. Yep. And you know what's so interesting? Now listen to this caveat. Listen what she said. Some people don't like the healed version of ourselves. Let me ask you a question. Do you like the healed version of you? Because let me tell you something. I looked at myself one day and said, doggone it. You are alone. Like the tribe is gone. And I had to really stop. Listen, I had to stop and consider. But do I like me in the midst of it? And I did. I had grown in strength and I'd grown in tenacity. And I don't know where that stopped recording or my audio, but there was a time when I realized liking the version of me, I had to really decide, do I? Do I like this version of me? Do I like the healed version of me? Do I? But yes, but I do need to tone it down a little bit. I don't know. You know, when you meet the people that are really for you, you don't have to tone it down. I've toned down my life, my entire life. My entire freaking life, guys. And I'm just so over it. I'm so over being prim and proper. I know I don't look prim and proper, but, you know, I'm so over it. Shoot, I wore a miniskirt all this week. I know. You think, well, that's nothing. But for me, it was something to wear. Look at this shirt. I wore this shirt tucked in with a mini skirt. I liked it so well, I wore it 3 days in a row. I wasn't seeing the same people, so who cares? Anyway, I'm just saying, I had to face me and decide, do I really like me? Do I like this version of myself? And I sat down, and it's like I took an inventory. Excuse me. And I was like, okay, do I like me? Do I like me? And I looked at where I'd grown. I looked at the strength I had come into. I looked at the new decisions I was making. I looked at some of the things I was doing that were bolder than I'd done before. And I've always been pretty bold, but I was being more bold. I was finding myself in a new way. And when you're finding yourself in a new way, there's like a transitionary period even for you. Even for you. You're transitioning with you. It's like you're birthing yourself, guys. You are responsible to birth you. Nobody can birth you. We can have midwives, mid-husband, whatever. We can have people to help us. I know that. But honest to God, we are responsible to birth ourselves. And it takes tenacity, it takes persistence, and more than anything, it takes you loving yourself unconditionally. Do you hear me? Unconditionally. Loving yourself unconditionally. Forgiving you unconditionally. Because when you're transitioning you, when you're in that place where you're moving from the old you to the new you, you're going to make mistakes. Because it's like, okay, I've always done it this way. I'm going to do it this way. And then you start doing it this new way, and you're real comfortable. Then you meet somebody who's used to the old way, and they're like, they think you're all that, or they think you think you're all that, or they think that you're arrogant, or, or they're like, I don't like you. Well, you know what? They don't like me because I no longer serve their agenda. I'm serving my own agenda. They don't like me because I'm not doing things their way just for peace sake. Just for peace. So I just felt really led to talk to y'all about loving yourself, forgiving yourself, transitioning you, not giving up on you, being your greatest advocate no matter what. Whether you're in business, whether you're in your social life, whether you're in your home life with your family. My family, I'm thankful, has been gracious. And we've all been growing on purpose, see. Sometimes family doesn't take the ride with you. Sometimes family decides to just stay where they are because they're content where they are. And you have to love them unconditionally if they're not willing to take the ride to love themselves unconditionally. And if you grew up like I did in a family of self-hatred, a family that all hated themselves because their parents hated themselves and their parents didn't know how to love us very well, if you grew up like that, then your journey is to learn how to love you. It's not to learn how to make money, though I love to make money and I love to help other people make money. But at the end of the day, you can have people making all this money and doing all this stuff, but they don't like themselves very well. And they still have to live on the inside with themselves. So I just encourage you to, if you're in transition, if you're transitioning yourself, I've never had babies. So, but I understand there is, number one, I think it's the 8th month is a month of rest. That's the month where it's like you're exhausted. Like everything within you is like, oh my gosh, I just got to lay down. Why? Because the body is saying, hey, guess what? We're getting ready to birth. We're getting ready to push. We're getting ready to move on. We're getting ready to run. We're getting ready to push through. And then when it's time and you're in the midst of birthing yourself, there's a place of transition where you can't turn back. It's too late. So when you get to the place where you can't turn back and it's too late, you remind yourself you can't turn back. It's too late. And you tell yourself, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And this helps me. I put my hands right here on my collarbone. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I'm aware. I'm awake. And I love myself. Those simple words will help you change your internal program into a new direction of life and freedom, life and liberty for you. And that's what you want. You want to transition and you want to birth yourself into life and liberty for you. And then when you're out there and you're walking on and you find yourself alone because you birthed yourself out of your old tribe, you're going to have to grin and bear it, sister friends. You're just going to have to grin and bear it and keep moving forward. Stay hydrated. Your body needs water. We're like, 70-80% water. Your body has memory. Listen, your body has memory. Your body remembers all the self-hatred. So guess what do you have to do? You have to replace all that self-hatred with some self-love. You have to truly impart to you love. Again, it doesn't mean you run over somebody to go love yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But buy yourself a flower. If you don't have any money, go pick yourself a flower off the side of the road. And tell yourself you love yourself when you're giving it to you. Get a book that you want to read and spend, and if you have ADHD and you're like, I can't even sit down to read a book, maybe go to the library and get a book that speaks well and speaks kindness and read a page or two from it. Or take a picture of a page or two of it and then read it when you can. Because ADHD people like to do things on the go. But be intentional about loving you as you're moving forward so that you have the strength to birth you and then learn how to turn over, learn how to crawl, learn how to bear crawl, and then eventually learn how to walk and learn how to run. And by that time, maybe you'll have a new tribe. But I will tell you something. If you're a strong personality like me, you may not have a new tribe. You might be your tribe for a while. My family is my tribe. My family includes a close friend as well. But that's really it. And my husband. That's it. That's just us. It's a small tribe. A small tribe. There aren't many people in our life anymore. And you know what? That's ordained. It's ordained to be strengthened. It's ordained to be strong. It's ordained to be able to strengthen other people. If I was so involved in a gazillion things, I wouldn't have time to love anybody. And I wouldn't have time to love myself. And after this whole dengue fever thing, just about taking me out, and me still walking that out, even now, 5 months later, me still walking that out. It all comes down to loving yourself well and loving the people around you well until the end. Learning to see you and receive you in your good, your bad, and your ugly. All of it. That you don't reject the part of you that's ugly. You receive the part of you even that's ugly. Doesn't mean you'll be ugly forever. We all got a little ugly in us somewhere, ladies. So it's about receiving all of you, being at peace with all of you, loving all of you, living with all of you, and being thankful for all of you and for the journey you've had up to this point and the journey yet to come. I bless you as you birth yourself. I bless you. And I thank God for you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.